Good day everyone, Jenny here from Chilla Star. I received a new tarot deck today and I'm really excited about it. This is not a new tarot deck, it is to me, but it's not a new tarot deck at all. In fact, this tarot deck I think was launched probably close to the early 1990s. And it's been, this is like the revised edition of it. I actually saw it online probably at least 8 to 10 years ago myself. Was always interested in it, but never ever saw it out in the shops. And then I've forgotten what it was called, and recently I found it, which is quite funny because I mean, talk about serendipity. It literally came at a time when I feel like I needed it. I've always been very interested in the fairies and the fairy tale stories. I absolutely love the Once Upon a Time series, and I'm very drawn to anything to do with looking back at, like the Renaissance era, witches, and things like that. I've been very drawn to it lately, and I've been really contemplating a lot about my past life and starting to feel like there's definitely a connection between myself and the Celtics and possibly the Druids, and Fae people for back in the day. So that's why I feel like it's come to me at a time where possibly I needed it. Okay. This is really a different tarot deck. Okay. It is everything to do with getting together with the inner child. Okay. It's quite a big box. Oh gosh. Okay. So I've opened it. So the cards are quite simple on the back. Okay. But very beautiful on the front. Okay. I will go through them very, very basically, but I just want to go through the book that comes with it. So you get a marvelous book. And what's so nice about this book is that each one of these cards relates to a fairy tale. So you are really able to probably relate to most of these cards, as most of these fairy tales were stories we were read to as children. Okay. The nice thing about this is that it helps you relate the fairy tale to what the original meaning was. So unlike just the story that we were told, these stories were told back in the day to actually give children a good lesson about life. Okay, so very interesting. I find it's, you obviously content that will give you a breakdown, so you can go find the meaning to every single card that you've got, this whole acknowledgement to the author. Again, it gives you a very good description about, why they came up with it, what each of these archetypes really mean and how they relate back to tarot. It's very, very interesting. Okay. Again, it's like a story within a story. So it's actually like reading your little fairy tales all over again. Okay. You've got this how to use this deck part, which, gives you, this one says like it's almost 6 centuries have passed since the earliest authentic tarot card appeared in France in 1392. Wow. Okay. Since that time, hundreds of decks have been created from many cultures and in all corners of the world. Okay. So, yes, it tells you very much about the author, about little stories about tarot in here, what they kind of mean, and how they relate. Then they also give you this beautiful little part. So if you want to start teaching your child about tarot, then this is a perfect deck to teach your children about tarot. Okay, so that's maybe for some of you. They give you a very nice idea on, how to shuffle the cards, and how to work with the cards. They've got different layouts. They've got the wishing well. So it's all related back to childhood. Okay, you got your past, present, future. The child, which gives you an inner child layout. It gives you the rainbow layout. It gives you hopscotch, which I find is really, really, really cute. Look at that, hopscotch. So just thought, have a look at that. You've got the spiral staircase, which is, it's just really, really lovely and different. Then you get an introduction into the cards, and then it starts. What I also loved as well is that, I mean, once again, if you've never looked at tarot, this might be a nice place to start because it just gives you a different way of looking at it. Okay, so what it's got all the major arcanas down here. It's got the astrological ruler coming down the side, and then down the other side it gives you little keynotes, which is a different way again of looking at it. Okay, this tarot deck does not have any reversals at all. So again, easy if you are new to tarot. So you just need to learn the upright version and not the confusing reversals that comes with it. Okay, so the first card is the little red cap, which is your little red riding hood. Oh, that's just a little thing that came with the deck. So beautiful. That's what it looks like in color. It obviously gives you a little brief description about it, and then how little red riding hood, basically this is the Fool, so it kind of gives you the different ways, the pathways you can take, the lessons that you learn. So it's, again, really cute. You get the Aladdin. That's your Aladdin magic lamp. This is the Magician. I'm not obviously going to go into each one of them. Again, you all know the stories, but I mean, it does. Fairy Godmother, your High Priestess, Mother Goose, it's your Empress, the Emperor, which I kind of went past, so that's the Emperor's New Clothes. This, again, there's just so much. You got the Wizard, which you would think would be the Magician, but it's not. This is the Hierophant. So this is your traditional teacher. Hansel and Gretel, this is the lovers. Okay, uses the story back to, pure love, yin and yang. Peter Pan gives you quite a lot of mythology to the whole Peter Pan, and a lot to do with, Chiron. So any of you who are interested in that style part of things, and this is the Chariot. Okay, just lovely little stories in each one. Okay, we've got Beauty and the Beast, and that's the Strength card. So again, a different way of, like you say, a childlike way of looking at tarot. Snow White, I mean, and there we have the Hermit. Okay. Alice in Wonderland, the Wheel of Fortune. The Midas Touch, that is our Justice card. So it's the interesting story behind the Midas Touch. The Hanged Man, where did I go? That's Jack and the Beanstalk, sorry. I just went past there. Jack and the Beanstalk. Sleeping Beauty, it's got quite a lot. I mean, there's things here about, story about Sleeping Beauty that I did not even know. So that was actually quite interesting, and that represents by the Death card. Okay. We have got the Guardian Angel. Okay, that's your Temperance. The Big Bad Wolf. Of course, that's the Devil. And then we've got Rapunzel. As I'm sure you can imagine, that's the Tower card. Okay. Wishing Upon a Star. Our Star card. Cinderella is the Moon card. Okay. It's very much about your hopes and dreams. The Yellow Brick Road, that brings us our Sun card. Judgment of the Three Little Pigs. Very interesting little thing there that I was reading. Again, I've just literally briefed over these things, but this really is beautiful. The Earth Child being the World card. So those are your majors. Then you come here and you have got, okay, so here's your minor arcana. Okay, oh, sorry. So you've got a bit of an introduction there, and then we start off with the magic wands. So they give you a bit of a description as to what the wands mean, and you know, okay, so you got the Ace of Wands, and it's got your, you know, it's the potential, the butterfly unveiling. So again, really is beautiful. Oh gosh, okay, so I skipped. So we've got the Two of Wands. So the wands are all fairies. Two of Wands, the universal belief that one's reflection is a vital part of one's soul. So really is a stunning way of looking at things. The Three of Wands, you know, all the fairies. Absolutely lovely. Celebration, fairies, gathering. Four of Wands, okay, the ultimate mysteries of creation and life. You know. Five of Wands, the Roman god Flora. Okay. Oh, sorry, goddess Flora, my bad. Six of Wands, May Day marks the time of the year when the earth is adorned by her green cloak and is beautifully scented with flowers and springtime. Okay, the Seven of Wands is the healing card. Okay, interesting. The Eight of Wands talks about the elements. So this is cards very much about the elements. Fire is the lightest because of the rises upwards in the air. Okay, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands. Okay, so there are times in life when we are shown the gateway to a new awareness that is beyond our current boundaries or resistance. Ten of Wands. Okay, once the decision is made to cross over the threshold into the magical garden, a long journey towards rebirth reaches its destination. How beautiful is that? Okay, we've got the Child of Wands, which is represented by the little story, The Little Prince. The guard. Oops, I've somehow mixed that. My bad. The Guard of Wands is the Pied Piper. So, it's your story there. The Guardian of Wands. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Somehow mixed up a card already. The Guardian of Wands is Raphael. Oh, I've somehow missed out the Seeker of Wands. Okay, so it is Dorothy. Sorry. I don't know what I did there. But anyway, okay. So, now we go to the Sword of Truth. Okay, so it gives you a bit of a rundown as to swords. Then the first Sword of Truth is the Ace, which is our Arthur, in the story about King Arthur. Two of Swords. This one was quite interesting. I was having a look at it earlier. So it's about duality. It's about the fencing. And then the last thing I just loved, it says clarity will come as you gently yield to the moment. Again, really beautiful. Okay, Three of Wands. So, in this card, a maiden is pictured playing a triangle crafted from three tiny swords. She contemplates the prospect of harmony and focus. In a window above her is a songbird and is perched on the sill. Listening to her melody, the songbird symbolizes freedom. So, yeah. Four of Swords. Okay, so while we are young, we are especially open to the currents of a sudden change and new direction in life. Okay, I'm obviously not going to go through every single one, but again, it's so fascinating to see a different aspect of cards. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Grand and dramatic salute. Seven of Swords. This one was also quite an interesting one because in most decks, the Seven of Swords is one of a thief that's trying to, deceive someone. And this one's more about truth and about the future as opposed to the past. It's about finding peace within yourself. So it's a very different Very different one, actually. The Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords. So, covered by a bit of a dragon. The Ten of Swords. Dragons there. The Child of Swords is Pinocchio. Interesting. So I suppose the Child of Truth. Interesting. Then we've got the Seeker of Swords. And that's the Scarecrow. You have got Robin Hood, and that's the Guard of Swords. And the Guardian of the Swords is Archangel Michael. Okay, so then we get the Winged Hearts, which is all of our cups. The Ace of Hearts. Really, really gorgeous. Two of Hearts. Sacred Unions, beautiful. Ancient Goddess Worship claimed, the ancient goddess worship claimed that the creation of the universe stemmed from the mysterious rhythm and magic dance of the deep waters. Four of Hearts, sunken treasures, lost hope, broken hearts. Tearful goodbyes are all the aspects of emotional journey one must encounter in life. Oh. Five of Hearts. Often during our darkest hour, there is a need for reflection and rest, represented in the card and the Sea of Turtles. Six of Hearts. Seven of Hearts. Eight of Hearts. This one's also quite a lovely one, actually. I was looking at that one earlier as well. Nine of Hearts, your wish fulfillment, gathering all the rainbows in love. 10 of Hearts. Guide of Hearts, which is Goldilocks. The Tin Man. Seeker of Hearts. Oh, sorry. The Guide of Hearts is the Good Fairy. And then we start getting on to the crystals, which I've skipped. Okay, so the Ace of Crystals. Oh gosh, Guardian of Hearts. I'm so sorry. I'm clearly skipping cards here. Okay, so the Ace of Crystals. Okay, so it says here, in the northern folklore and legend, a belief exists that during the winter months when the earth is silent and asleep, under the blanket of snow, the gnomes are busy weaving crystals from the light of the moon, the sun, and the stars. So it's all about rebirth and the gnomes creating. I suppose this could also be under the rainbow. So that is, what's our little green gnome? I can't think of him right now. It will come to me. In Ireland, the leprechaun, thank you. Okay, so the Two of Crystals. Oopsie. You can see this part of the book is still so new. Three of Crystals. I'm just going to have to do it like this, sorry. Okay, Four of Crystals, sorry. Might help if I showed you. Five of Crystals. All just so pretty. Six of Crystals. This is obviously more of the gnomes and Christmas kind of theme as well. Seven of Crystals. Eight of Crystals. Nine of Crystals. Beautiful little family going on there, or should I say it's a woman reading to her Christmas stories to her child. Ten of Crystals, you know, the happy family, Father Christmas, setting up the Christmas Eve or whatever for getting ready for the children. Child of Crystals, and that is Hakfin. Seeker of Crystals, that's the Cowardly Lion. Guard of Crystals is Saint Nicholas, so all for the Christmas, ho ho ho. And Guardian of Crystals is Mother Earth, Gaia. Okay, so that's what I have for you for the inner child card. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I will speak to you soon.